Hey guys, it's Matt Vernon here with Gaidama, and if you're sick of getting folded in half and stacked onto your neck in practice, I got a few early, mid, and late stage defenses you can use to never get stacked again. And stay tuned to the end to see a couple easy submissions if your partner keeps trying to stack you. So we're here in the closed guard. The worst pass you can possibly be put into, I believe, is the double unders stack pass. It's extremely uncomfortable and it's very exhausting if I let that happen. So if my legs are open and I see my partner's elbows penetrate inside, I can almost guarantee they're gonna scoop my hips, start to pull them up off the mat, and start to stack my knees into my face. So when my partner's elbows penetrate, I see that big scoop happening. What I wanna do is make sure he never gets my legs up to his shoulders. He wants them here for maximum control. What I'm gonna look to do is before the hands get locked, I'm gonna start bringing my legs out wide and down to my partner's biceps. When I do this, I'm gonna clamp my heels to the floor. And as he gets a really, really tight grip, I'm gonna raise my hips and stomp my hamstring muscles back into the mat. And from here, this is very, very heavy here. Of course, if they really want this pass, they're gonna be continuing trying to pull my hips up. And so it's a battle. It's a battle of me scooting my hips back and away from my partner, doing a little shoulder walk and shimmy action, and keeping those hamstrings heavy. At a certain point, I can extend my partner out enough. I'm gonna put my feet onto the hips. In this case, if he's still trying to pull me up, this connection makes it very difficult. And even better, if I can put my feet on the inside of my partner's legs like butterfly hooks. This makes it virtually impossible for him to be able to scoop me up, and he's gonna end up having to bail out on this pass. If we're in this scenario where my partner has a really good grip on my thighs, hips, I'm trying to get away from him, and I feel like it's very sticky and it's hard for me to create this space, I can always use a hand assist to start peeling these hands off of my thighs and hips. Once I can peel them off and free my knee below the grip, he no longer has control. And all I gotta do once I free one knee is switch sides, get my hips out so I can invert that knee, and we're back in our guard. The next level is if he penetrates in, he scoops me up, and we end up here, and I'm trying to get my legs out wide. I'm trying to get away, but I feel like this grip is locked in tight, and my hips are starting to come up. Two bits to help you here. If I can start to block my own knees and start to walk my shoulders back, I can start to get out from underneath him a little bit. And once I do that, I'm gonna find my partner's wrist, just like so. I'm gonna bring my legs out wide, and now I'm gonna use a hand assist as I do the same thing. I scoot, put the feet inside the legs, and we're safe. On the next level of defense, when he penetrates, he scoops my hips up. I can't break the grip here. Okay, I'm about to get stacked. This is not gonna be good. What I need to do here is grab my partner's wrists. I'm gonna almost plank. I'm gonna extend my legs and get my entire body rigid here. And now what happened is I've created a hole that I can shoot my hips and legs down and through to escape. So I'm gonna block my partner's hands here, creating these two solid frames. I'm gonna get my hips out. I have good connection here because I'm raising my hips. I'm gonna raise and turn on the one shoulder. And if I keep those hands high, now I can drop a knee out to escape. Problem is though, he still has a good grip on this leg. So what I gotta do is push away, turn the other way, so that I can escape the other side. And now once both knees are out, we're back, we're good to go. Guys, on this next defense, my partner penetrates. He scoops me up, and now I'm about to get stacked. To solidify this stack and to start to pass, he's gonna get a grip on my cross-side trap. This is not good. Right now, the cue for this escape is when I see my knee starting to cross over my center line or to my center line, I don't want him to be able to compress me and smash my knee into my face, because then I'm gonna be fully locked in. right here at this moment, I'm going to grab right in my partner's armpit with a C-clamp. And what I'm going to do is I got to almost force the pass. I'm going to throw my leg over. At that moment, I'm going to stiff arm and go into the Heisman position here. Once I do that, I have a solid frame built up right here. I got my hand on the mat to build head height. And now, with this frame, if he starts to turn back towards me, I can almost use it to help scoot and bring that knee out. Once this knee is out, I'm back in the guard.
Yep.
Yeah. And as a bonus, guys, I got a few easy submissions that you can try and attempt when you're in this battle and your partner is really insistent on continuing with the double underpass, even at the point that I've put my feet on the hips. Now me, if I'm doing the pass here, I'm probably gonna give up at this point because it's gonna be too hard and be using too much energy to get my partner's hips up, and you're kind of extended and open to attack here. So my cue is when I feel like, why are they still holding on at this point? This is the time to go for these moves, okay? I can trap my partner's wrists on my hand temporarily while I create an angle by bringing one foot off the mat and hit my head to one side. I'm gonna bring my foot under, thread it through to the far hip. If my partner keeps his hand in position here and I can maintain connection to my hip, what I can do is start to extend my leg, sit up, and I'm gonna pinch my knee to the right, and we can get pressure on the shoulder like an Americana. Now, if this move doesn't get pressure enough to make the guy tap, he's not just gonna stay here, he's gonna be trying to get that arm out. So as he does, now we're out and we're back to safety. Another easy thing that's pretty obvious here, if my partner's hands are committed to my hips, his head and neck is wide open here. And what I'll usually do at this point is if my feet are on the hips, I'm locked in, I'll sit up and I'll snap my partner right into a guillotine. And of course, always gooseneck your hand so that your thumb pad and your wrist are on each carotid artery. Make sure that the shoulder covers the back of his head. And now I just glue my elbows down and I roll that wrist into the neck and we get an easy guillotine. And on this final combination, I really like this one, is when you can start to anticipate the double unders pass. My legs will be open, I see those elbows penetrating, and I'm gonna punch my hand right into the armpit as they circle their arms under. If I can do that, I'm gonna bring this thumb in and I'm gonna gable grip right here. This creates a lot of pressure. This is very painful. I'm gonna stomp my leg past my partner's elbow and pull him into this position. And notice how I flared that elbow to really help pry that arm up. Now, from here, obviously, I pulled him right into the triangle position. But usually the first attack I go for is this arm lock. Pull the thumb up to the neck, elbow to elbow, we roll it over, we can get the tap. But when they don't want this to happen, they'll come back to the center. And that's when we start locking up our triangles.